notice anything different about this neighborhood?
Yeah, it looks like someone actually cares about it. There's no graffiti, no litter. I don't even see a weed.
Exactly. Why isn't our neighborhood like this?
Hey guys, great to see you. Come on in.
Hey! Here you go. So on the walk over, we noticed that your entire block looks really great, like really cared for. How is it that our block's only 3 streets away and it looks all run down and trashed?
Well, we joined the Looking Good Santa Barbara's Adopt a Block program. We're committed to keeping our streets clean and free of litter and graffiti.
The city provides us free supplies, including a work vest, gloves, trash bags, and a graffiti removal kit. And it's time we get to spend together, doing something good for our community.
Wow, I'm gonna sign us up.
Come on, man. You know that storm drain leads straight into our creeks and ocean. It's only a little of it. Just dump it. It only takes a little to pollute the water. Besides, you want to swim in that? Swim in that? Swim in that?
Remember, the ocean begins on your street.
Hi, I'm Becky Davis with City TV. Welcome to Inside Santa Barbara, the city's only news magazine show. We bring you up to date on the city's most significant issues, projects, and events. Downtown Santa Barbara is world-renowned for its restaurants, shopping, architecture, history, and culture. Keeping the area economically vibrant is a major focus of the city. In our first segment, we'll learn about the Santa Barbara Police Department's vital role in achieving that goal.
The business environment in Santa Barbara is diverse. Tech, retail, and visitor serving all play an important role in the local economy. Keeping this economic engine vibrant and healthy is a major priority of the city of Santa Barbara. One department that plays an important role in providing services that safeguard our local economy is the Santa Barbara Police Department. The department addresses these issues in many ways, such as the Downtown Beat Coordinator Program, Tactical Patrol Force, Restorative Policing Program, and the newly created Community Service Officer Program.
We have a lot of resources at the police department dedicated to many of the issues that we encounter in the downtown corridor. Of course, a lot of the problems that we have are related to the effects of homelessness, and then there are other issues specific to businesses like theft, shoplifting, fraud.
One of the ways the police department addresses these issues is through the Community Service Officer, or CSO, program.
This is a group of 6 uniformed police department employees. They're not officers. However, they have some limited citation writing ability, so they can take enforcement action for municipal code violations and issue citations.
They're dealing with people sitting on the sidewalk, open containers of alcohol, people urinating in public, a lot of the homeless type issues where it may actually be a nuisance for a business owner to have somebody sitting on a bench in front of them. However, it may not be that they're committing a crime, the person. So a lot of times it's education as well. The biggest thing is we want high visibility, low enforcement is kind of the posture that we're going with. And for the main purpose is we just want them to be out here to give that presence that there is a uniform law enforcement around.
The CSOs work with the Tactical Patrol Force and are on foot, making them easily accessible for businesses and the public.
We start walking from the station and make our way down all the blocks until we get to the freeway. Sometimes early in the morning we don't run into very much. It's sometimes waking up people who are in the bushes, on the sidewalk, in the parking lots, kind of getting them up and out of places where they shouldn't be. And then as the day progresses, that's kind of when you run into people drinking and getting together in areas that they shouldn't, loitering in parking lots and things like that. And pretty much that's kind of how our day goes. I mean, it's really different depending on who you run into or the state that they're in when you run into them and kind of where they are in their life.
The success of the program is directly connected to the relationships that the CSOs develop with local businesses.
But we introduce ourselves to employees and managers and owners so that they know that if anything happens, if you have a problem, you know, call us and we'll do to the best of our ability, you know, come down to help you. And so far we've gotten a great response. I mean, we know a lot of the owners and managers, you know, they're becoming familiar with us. They stop us on the street or they just talk to us or they're walking to lunch, you know, they stop and talk to us. And it's a really nice relationship to have, you know, so they don't feel like they can't talk to somebody who's associated with the police department or, you know, that it's only for emergencies. You know, we're here for also the lesser things, things that are more annoyances as opposed to emergencies.
Another way in which the police department addresses the needs of the business community is through beat coordinators.
The beat coordinators are trained to try and address the underlying root of the problem or come up with a strategy that entails a multidisciplinary approach to alleviate what is happening.
We are responsible for the quality of life issues, some of the problems that are not necessarily 911 right now calls, whether it's neighbors that are disputing over something that they need some help in mediating, or whether we have certain areas that just need more attention than others. We get calls and complaints that aren't first responder type calls, but calls that do need some attention.
And on the downtown beat, this attention in many cases involves our transient population.
One of the things that I do is I contact them. I know most of them, I know all their names, I know how long they've been here. When I see people I don't recognize, I go and introduce myself. I get their names, I get their pictures so they're in the system so that I know who's in my area, I know who's in my beat. So when we get a call that says, you know, somebody that looks like this wearing this shirt did that, I go, oh, I know who that is.
The beat coordinators communicate directly with business owners to address issues.
So I say you can never call us too much. You know, if you're having a problem, whether it's legal or not. Maybe there's a transient that's bothering them that's panhandling in front. That's not illegal, right? It's a nuisance, it's loitering, but it's not illegal. But sometimes I can go talk to them and say, we need you to move along. The business is, you know, causing problems. Can you move somewhere else? And then, you know, that's something that just solves the problem.
An increased police presence is part of the city's problem-solving strategy downtown, and a major component of that presence is the Restorative Policing program. Through this program, police officers, outreach specialists, and social service providers work as a team to connect chronically homeless individuals with the services they need, helping them to achieve self-sufficiency. The goal is to break the cycle of incarceration, citation, and addiction, and ultimately get people into housing.
None of these people really prefer to be living like that. There are just so many things that have gone wrong along the way, so many missteps, so many wrong turns, that it's difficult for them to unravel it.
The successes of getting homeless people off the street and into programs and the relationships developed with the business community are paying off.
If we're successful, we're improving the quality of life of the merchants that have businesses here, of the people that are inclined to come here downtown and to spend money and to drive our economic engine. And even for many of the homeless folks that generate a lot of the calls for service, many of them are service-resistant, mentally ill, and alcoholics, we can point to cases where we've improved their quality of life and gotten many of them off of the street.
It's awesome. Having the beat coordinator program reinstituted back onto the police force has been great, because what it does is it allows that beat coordinator or that police officer to really understand what's happening in that region. They get into it, they get the feel of the neighborhood, they get the feel of the area, they're there all the time, they get to know the people. It's definitely the best thing to have.
If you see one of the beat coordinators or community service officers on State Street, feel free to stop them to discuss your concerns or to just say hello. While we're on the subject of law enforcement, the Santa Barbara Police Department is always looking for qualified, committed, and dedicated people to serve the community. Up next, we hear from 4 young Santa Barbara police officers in their own words about what makes their career so special.
This career is for someone who wants to be challenged deep down inside to better a community. The people that I work with, they welcome me with open arms, number one. They're always looking to help you, and they're always there to back you up. And, you know, that's a comfortable feeling. You never go into anything alone. You look around and people are smiling. It tells you that people enjoy coming to work.
You know, this job isn't for everyone, but I can tell you that there are times where I'm a teacher, there are times where I'm a counselor, and there are times where you're someone's parent or someone's child. But it's a fun job, and it's an exciting job, and if you choose to enter into this career, you're not going to regret it, and you're going to have a unique experience that not many people can experience.
I truly believe that you can change people's lives on this job, and for the better. You know, I've been to multiple calls where there's special needs children that are lost and their family can't find them, and I mean, that's a good feeling when you can find that person and bring them back to their family. But it's just as rewarding when, let's say there's an injury traffic accident and you get there in time to at least give the beginning stages of first aid. You know, it's just, it can change people's lives.
It's the best job in the world, it really is, just to be able to go out there and you never know what you're gonna get. Like, every day's different. If you're just an outdoor person, if you don't like that typical like 9-to-5 job type of routine, if you just like being proactive and learning and helping people, then being a police officer is definitely like for you. It's motivating every day. I love getting waves from people just for being out there, for being at work.
I grew up here. I've made memories here, and I love being able to drive around knowing that this is my community. I'm helping my community, giving back. I mean, I'll drive around, I'll see my high school teachers, I'll see teammates of mine growing up, and that's what I love about Santa Barbara, about the Santa Barbara Police Department.
To find out how you can join the home team, visit sbpd.com. We'll be right back with more Inside Santa Barbara.
No way you're gonna pick that up. It's easy to bag it up and toss it in the trash. Come on, it's natural. It's basically fertilizer. If you consider bacteria-laden feces fertilizer, that'll wash into the storm drains and flow into our creeks and oceans. You want to swim in that? Swim in that? Swim in that?
Remember, the ocean begins on your street. Unlike landlines, cell phones are not automatically registered with the reverse 911 system. That means if you don't register,
This is the Santa Barbara County Reverse 911 system. Due to the community emergency, authorities are issuing a mandatory
you won't get the call. To register your cell phone, go to awareandprepare.org.
Welcome back. When it comes to critical infrastructure, the wastewater system is at the top of the list. In fact, the city spends approximately $1 million every year replacing and repairing the public sewer mains. But that's only half of the story. The part of the system that's on private property is equally important. Up next, City TV's Sierra Kalman explains how the city maintains its wastewater system and how property owners can do their part.
The City of Santa Barbara's wastewater collection system consists of over 250 miles of pipe, enough to stretch from here to Tijuana. To ensure all of that infrastructure functions properly, the Wastewater Division has a rigorous and regular maintenance program.
We inspect our pipes, we clean our pipes on a regular basis, and the goal is to make sure that the pipes are adequate and can transport our wastewater.
With that much pipe, some of which dates back to the early 1900s, spills are inevitable. However, recently, spills from city sewer pipes have been greatly reduced.
Our calendar year spill numbers have been going down dramatically since 2011, where we had over 30 spills. Now calendar year for 15 to this date, we're at 13 spills.
Part of the decrease in spills is attributed to the city's extensive pipe testing program. The Wastewater Division utilizes a few technologies to keep an eye and ear on the system.
For example, we have our CCTV, which is the closed circuit pipeline inspection, and that's a robotic camera, self-propelled robotic camera that we use to assess real-time pipe conditions. So that data is provided to our engineering staff. They'll make an assessment for whether there's structural or additional maintenance requests needed for that specific pipe segment. We also have another tool that's called a Poe Camera. So it's basically a camera on the end of a fiberglass flexible pole. We'll assign staff to go out and do, again, rapid assessment of the collection system.
Another new and innovative technology the Wastewater Division employs utilizes sound to assess pipes.
It's an acoustic sounding device that measures the free available airspace, the energy gap, on a pipe segment between two manholes. So the SLRAT is a unit that's composed of a sender and a receiver. Basically, you have a two-person crew that goes out into the collection system. You install the sender device at one manhole, the receiver at the next manhole, and you send a signal. And that signal, that acoustic signal, measures the airwave, the free available airspace between the flow and the pipe wall. And then within 3 to 5 minutes, it provides you a rating score from 0 to 10 based on the pipe condition and whether or not there's any type of blockage assessment.
One of its benefits is we can go in and we can quickly sound a pipe and determine if there is a potential for blockage and clean it at a fraction of the price of just cleaning all of these pipes. So it's a tool that we're able to use to better maintain our system.
Testing, inspecting, and cleaning the main sewer system has resulted in a decrease in spills over the past 5 years. However, during this time, there's been an increase in lateral line spills. A lateral line takes wastewater from your home to the city's sewer system.
We've had year-to-date 45 private sewer lateral overflows. That's the highest we've had in the last few years. That's an indication to us that private sewer laterals are not being maintained. The majority of these private sewer laterals have severe root intrusion, and this root intrusion is also found through our acoustic testing, through our Poe Camera inspection, and through our CCTV inspection. So when you have a private sewer lateral that's 4-inch diameter and it has root intrusion protruding into the public sewer system, it blocks a great percentage of that sewer pipe, which restricts the flow. Ultimately, that results in a sewer overflow that the city is responsible for. When we find a private sewer lateral that has root intrusion or it's found to be defective, we'll provide a letter to the property owner, in essence allowing them up to 30 days where they need to hire a plumber from our certified plumbers list to inspect the line. The plumber provides us a video. City staff will ascertain the video and determine the condition of the private sewer lateral for follow-up. It may need full lateral replacement, partial repairs, or just a thorough cleaning.
Another problem area for the wastewater collection system stems from private property owners directing downspouts and yard drains into the sewer system.
To a lot of communities, there's an understanding, or at least the impression, that there are combined systems, both storm and sewer systems. Well, for the city of Santa Barbara, they are two separate systems. The public wastewater system is only designed to handle sewage, and it is treated at the Alistera wastewater treatment plant. Storm drainage systems, again, are separate, and those are not designed to carry storm flow into the public sewer system. Is that surface water runs off and overwhelms the public sewer system during rain events. That overwhelms the treatment plant and adds additional burden and cost to having to treat that storm water. The storm water needs to discharge specifically onto the private property, onto the yard, or into the public storm drain system, and not into the public sewer system.
To find these illegal tie-ins to the sewer system, the wastewater division utilizes a simple technology, literally smoking them out.
That's where you force ventilate smoke into the public sewer system between two sewer manholes. The smoke should normally vent from the 4-inch roof stack drain vents from private properties. However, what we look for is illegal downspouts and yard drains and cracks whether on private property or on the public right-of-way. These are indications that these are sources of immediate inflow during rain events which overwhelm the public sewer system. If we find defects on private lines during our smoke tests, we'll also follow up through the sewer lateral inspection program with a letter to the property owner indicating that their sewer line is defective and they need to have it repaired.
The wastewater division has made great strides in spill reduction through the use of technology, regimented inspection, cleaning, and repair. In order to keep the number of spills declining, private property owners need to realize how important their side of the equation is and do the same.
For more information on the Sewer Lateral Inspection Program, contact Water Resources at 564-5413. Disasters can happen in a split second, and although they're unforeseeable, most can be mitigated if one is properly prepared beforehand. Up next, City TV's Yara Cassis shows us a simple and effective way you can have what you'll need most in the event of a disaster.
As beautiful and scenic as Santa Barbara is, it is a city that is exposed to a variety of potentially disastrous threats.
For the most, we're exposed to fire and flood, and we also have earthquake, and we also have the wildfire influences, and so we have a lot of those vulnerabilities.
In addition to wildfire, floods, and earthquakes, our area has experienced other disasters, including landslides and tsunamis, as well as man-made disasters like toxic spills. Compounding matters even more is our vulnerability to isolation.
And we're unique in that we're a south-facing community, and we only have certain arteries in and out, so we only have 101 north and south, 150, and 154. And during 2005, when the floods hit, all three of those arteries were closed. And so we were basically trapped.
A history dotted with disasters, coupled with that potential to be cut off from help for days, heightens the need to be prepared even more.
We buy insurance for our homes. We buy insurance for our cars. You know, we have doctor's appointments for medical, but we don't seem to prepare for any type of a disaster that could happen.
In order to be fully prepared during a disaster, it is crucial to have a disaster kit ready and accessible. We went ahead and borrowed a disaster kit from the fire department to show how you too can be prepared. Some of the essentials you'll need include food and water, a first aid kit, tools and sanitation-based toiletries, clothing and bedding, as well as items for any special needs like medications. For water, allot 1 gallon per person per day and make sure to have at least enough for 3 to 5 days. In terms of food, your kit should include a 3 to 5 day supply of non-perishable items. Your food should require no cooking, no refrigeration, and should be compact and lightweight. Examples include canned meats, fruits and veggies, canned juices, milk, and soup. You should also do your best to include high-energy foods like peanut butter, granola bars, and trail mix. And don't forget to pack special foods for persons with special dietary needs. When gathering your tools and toiletries, make sure to include paper cups, plates, and utensils, a flashlight and extra batteries, a non-electric can opener, a utility knife, a basic toolkit, a compass, and a whistle. It is also very important to have things such as toilet paper, some personal hygiene supplies, a soap and liquid detergent, some plastic garbage bags, and a disinfectant like chlorine bleach. You should also have a minimum of 1 complete change of clothes and footwear per person. Sleeping bags and blankets are other items to consider, as well as rain gear, sturdy shoes, hats, and gloves. And don't forget to make sure your kit includes items for any family members with special needs, like infants, the elderly, or disabled, and pets too. Although this list may seem costly, there are many ways in which you can assemble a kit on a budget. Basic first aid kit equipment can usually be found at dollar stores or other discount retailers. Inexpensive items like a deck of cards or some dice can help pass the time and keep kids occupied during a long-term emergency. For some items, you'll only need a few, so as you restock on household toiletries such as Q-tips, cotton swabs, etc., grab a handful out of the package and store them in a Ziploc bag in your kit. And the next time you're at a hotel, those small bottles of complimentary shampoo, conditioner, and lotion are perfect for your kit. Pack your supplies in easy-to-carry containers and label them clearly. Ideally, you should have a kit for your home and smaller ones at your place of work and in your car. Don't worry about having to have the perfect kit. Start with the basics and expand when you can. And after you have your kits assembled, remember to update them every 6 months, checking the batteries and expiration dates on food, water, and medicine, and adding or subtracting items as your family's needs change. A well-thought-out disaster kit will go a long way to ensuring the health and safety of you and your family when help may be days away.
For more information about putting together a disaster supplies kit, visit ready.gov/build-a-kit. We'll be right back with more Inside Santa Barbara.
In a disaster, it's not just your needs you have to consider. All members of your family have to be ready. Don't forget the pets. Drive one down the middle. Chip it close. Sink the putt. Get your game on at Santa Barbara Golf Club.
Welcome back. As part of its charge to improve creek and ocean water quality, the Creeks Division has a strong education and outreach component. Up next, City TV's Jeff Goodvin shows us some of the entertaining ways the division has accomplished both.
Perhaps you've seen one of these public service announcements on TV or on the internet.
Go ahead, toss it.
All the critters in this creek rely on you humans.
Ayude a mantener nuestros arroyos y playas limpias.
Everybody get out of the water!
Hasta nuestros mejores amigos pueden dañar el medio ambiente.
Remember, the ocean begins on your street.
A big part of our program is educating the community about water quality issues and causes of pollution and how to prevent pollution to our creeks and ocean. A big portion of our outreach program is producing television public service announcements, or PSAs.
Like most cities, the city of Santa Barbara's biggest water quality pollution source is urban runoff pollution. So in order for us to address that problem, we have to work with everyone in the city. Everyone's a potential source of that pollution, so everyone's part of the solution.
One Saturday, I learned the hard way about the storm drain connection.
The goal of the PSA campaign is to inform the public about the connection between what they do in their house and in their neighborhood and the ocean. So we try to give people information about that connection, that, you know, if they're spraying pesticides or changing the oil in their car, or their dog, you know, picking up dog poo, what they do around their house will directly affect our creeks and ocean.
The videos are meant to entertain as well as educate.
So we try to use humor in our PSAs to get the message across in a way that's fun and light, but also informative.
But it's so much easier to spray it with poison and kill it. But the poison will run into our storm drains, creeks, and ocean. Do you want to swim in that?
In many cases, you know, the city's message can be kind of dry, so it always helps to add humor in there to help people remember it.
Half the fun is coming up with unique and clever ideas.
Sometimes we come up with the concepts for the PSAs in-house, just discussing amongst staff. Staff members might come in with a fun idea for a PSA and we kind of tuck it away, and when it comes time to make new PSAs, we look back at kind of a list of ideas that we've tossed around.
Remember, when you're fertilizing your lawn, you're not just fertilizing your lawn.
Other times they are inspired by what other communities have done. For instance, one series of ads where you have people washing their car actually out in the water, or taking their dog for a walk and he's going to the bathroom out in the water. Those came from Westchester County, New York, and it was a print campaign that they put together. And we just really loved the imagery, and so we took it to City TV and said, hey, can you guys do this? And they've never really told us no, they can't do something, so they got a green screen and made it happen.
No importa donde usted vaya a pescar, su lugar favorito comienza aquí mismo en su calle.
The Creeks Division wants to reach all corners of the community, so each PSA is done in English and Spanish.
I'm one of those characters that, if you put them in front of the camera, can be recognized by both cultures, so that the message, I think, it has a little bit more of an impact when it reaches them, because they sort of recognize the fact that, wow, he's just like us. He's one of us, and if he's not polluting the creeks, or if he wants to save water, maybe we should do it too, so that it really has that message behind.
I saw on television that when fertilizer gets washed into creeks, it causes slimy algae to grow.
Is that bad?
Outreach to youth is top priority. They are the next generation. Educating them about keeping our creeks clean of pollutants can have far-reaching results.
When nature calls, pick up after your pet.
Pet waste is one hot topic. Another is cigarette butts.
It's the #1 item found at beach cleanups, and so we're not going to convince anybody to quit smoking, but if we can convince them to put their cigarette butt in the trash can, that's a big win for us.
Action!
After coming up with a concept, then comes the creative part of the process, bringing the vision to completion.
The Angel Devil series probably was one of the most complex commercials that we've done, because there were a lot of different elements to it. We had them jump into the ocean at the harbor and put the pollutant around them as they were swimming there, treading water.
I am not a spring chicken, meaning I'm not young anymore. So when they told me I have to go into the water, I said, well, you guys better have somebody close by. So they got a guy from the Coast Guard with a big hook that was ready to catch me.
No way you're gonna pick that up.
And then also there were a lot of special effects in there. We shot somebody dressed up as a devil. We shot somebody dressed up, the same person dressed up as an angel.
Come on, man. You know that storm drain leads straight into our creeks and oceans.
The end result is a successful and high-quality commercial.
You know, we try to have some production value in our commercials, and I think it's paid off with people remembering them.
The hard work in creating the Creeks PSAs doesn't go unnoticed.
One of the things I'm most proud about of the PSA campaign for water quality was that in collaboration with City TV, the Creeks Division was awarded a regional Emmy Award for its It All Flows to the Ocean PSA campaign.
Which was pretty exciting for our division and for City TV staff. And we've also won awards from the California Park and Recreation Society, and so it's great to get recognition from other organizations on our PSAs.
At the beginning, I thought I was going to be embarrassed. The people were going to say, Carlos, what the heck was that? But actually, people came up to me and go, hey, that is pretty good.
Remember, the ocean begins on your street.
For more information about all of the Creeks Division's programs, visit sbcreeks.com. If you've never played the game, you might think that golf isn't the sport for you, but there's a public course in Santa Barbara that's ready to change your mind. City TV's Matthew Meyer visited the local club, where a variety of programs make golf a game for everyone.
Conveniently located downtown, the Santa Barbara Golf Club offers affordable, accessible rounds and a stunning venue. The city-owned course is open to the public, a proud community center for nearly 60 years.
This golf course has been here since 1958 and has a mission to grow the game of golf and to provide a safe and welcoming and sociable environment.
Part of what makes the club's environment so welcoming is the diversity amongst its players. Golf is a game for everyone, a unique sport enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds.
The one attraction for golf is that it can be played by any age and any generation. And it's the beauty of our game is that it can be played, a 7-year-old kid can go out and play with an 80-year-old adult and share the same experiences.
Coming out and enjoying an evening with your kids is probably one of the most enjoyable things that parents and kids can do together. To me, that's where the heart of golf is, in the family environment.
Parents who want to make golf part of their family's environment don't have to wait long. The Santa Barbara Golf Club provides a variety of programs for kids of all ages.
The idea behind it is to take these junior programs, introduce kids to golf, make it fun, give them a chance to have their own fascination and learn, see what they like about it. It's just a fantastic thing. When you take a swing and you can hit a golf ball for the first time and it flies out in the air, it's a great feeling.
On Saturday mornings, children as young as 3 can get in on the fun, with the safe and simple Guppy golf classes. As the kids grow older, more options are available to suit their interests. The First Tee program, for example, trains young golfers in every aspect of the game.
We do a course for 9 weeks, 9 consecutive weeks, and we introduce 9 core values to the kids with core lessons like respect and courtesy, different values they can use for life lessons and life skills.
For kids who want to play year-round, SB Golf Club's Russ Morrison program offers weekly practices with a golf pro for 10 months of the year. Young golfers seeking more of a team-oriented experience should check out the course's Junior League. This program is a great way to make friends, learn the game, and work in a group.
And so it encourages kids to come along and play in a scramble format, which means that they will play alternate shots or they'll play from where the best shot has. And it encourages people of all ages and levels to be in the same team and feel as if they contribute.
Don't worry, parents. The fun isn't just for the kids. Santa Barbara Golf Club offers plenty of adult programs as well. The course's men's league is over 300 members strong, a great place to meet lifelong golf buddies and develop some friendly rivalries.
It doesn't matter what the weather's like, where we're playing, how I'm playing. It's a great group, and to get into that kind of group is the part that makes golf interesting.
The club's women's league plays on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Members gain access to a network of fellow golfers in addition to tournament play and special events. For less experienced players who want to test the waters, LPGA instructor Sally Quinlan hosts Girls' Night Out on Tuesday nights.
And it's a scramble format, which means that everybody hits off the first tee and then you go to the best shot. So that if you are not very good and are new and you just kind of dribble it down the middle the whole time, it doesn't matter because you've got your teammates that are taking care of you and hitting better shots. And they feel like they're golfers, and they are golfers. They're coming out here every week and they're involved and invested.
For players who'd like to get involved with a national organization, the Executive Women's Golf League offers another excellent option. The EWGA's Santa Barbara chapter uses the golf club as its home course, where it hosts monthly events and scheduled tee times.
We're a fun-loving chapter, I would have to say. A bunch of fun ladies and right now one guy. We get along, we enjoy each other's company. Our golf events are fun. We don't really, we always have some sort of little game going that's on top of just playing golf and counting your strokes,
With so much to offer to so many different people, it's no surprise that the Santa Barbara Golf Club often feels like one big family. At the end of a round, everybody gathers here at Mulligan's Cafe, where owner Mario Medina watches the family continue to grow.
You see the changes of customers, you see the generations, you see the kids that were hanging around when I first came here that were part of the youth programs, and now you see them as your regular golfers coming in here with their now new kids and wives. So it's been a very enjoyable 23 years to be here and see all those changes.
As the Santa Barbara Golf Club evolves, it continues to hold a special place in the hearts of many. The public course offers something unique to each person who plays there, a valuable community resource for everyone to enjoy.
It's a great environment for me to just sort of relax and sort of my safe place. I don't have to think about anything else.
It's a fabulous public course. It's always in great shape. It's a great challenge. You know, it's just part of our community, and I always enjoy coming over here.
For more on what the Santa Barbara Golf Club has to offer, visit sbgolf.com, or you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Well, that does it for this episode. If you have any questions or comments about the show, you can give us a call at 564-5311. You can also watch the show online at santabarbaraca.gov. I'm your host, Becky Davis, and remember, get involved inside Santa Barbara.
Drive one down the middle. Chip it close. Sink the putt. Get your game on at Santa Barbara Golf Club.